third
What's for
place.
reflection? I don't think he's a top 5, but a top 10 breakout rider, definitely.
Yeah. Well, and whoever's listening and watching, make sure to comment down below which one you think as well, or if you disagree with us as well. But I'm pretty sure that most people won't disagree with that. But Primož Roglič, amazing win, etc., etc. The natural thing here, of course, Primož Roglič, 3-time Vuelta España champion, now Giro d'Italia champion. Second place on the Tour de France in 2020. Is he going to be the rider that completes the set? Can he ever win a Tour de France? Discuss.
No. I'm going with no.
End of segment.
But I'll give my reasoning. There's something about Roglič and the Tour that just, I don't know, it just hasn't worked. Which it's got it. That's such naff reasoning. But you have to consider here that he beat Geraint Thomas here by what? 14 seconds. How many seconds did Jonas and Pogačar put into G at the Tour last year?
5 minutes?
Yeah. So basically, you're basically saying that Roglič was just above G here. How big is that leap to get to Jonas and Pogačar? That's unassailable in my eyes. This is Roglič who, let's face it, by Roglic's terms, a fairly crash in terms of crashes and stuff and incidents was fairly good. Roglič usually has some more serious crashes. I know he did have some, but I think this was a relatively unscathed race for Primož, and I don't think that he can take it to Pogačar or Jonas, because if he's only just beating Geraint Thomas, God help him. To be honest, that's my reasoning. I don't see it. He's cursed at a Tour.
You in with your Slovenian flag in the background? What do you think? Yes or no?
No, I don't think he will.
I'm not like I'm thinking yes, but yeah.
No, well, I mean, similarly, I just think Pogačar Vingegaard at a point that's too unassailable, particularly when Vingegaard and Roglič are riding for the same team. When's he going to get the chance to shine? Maybe if Vingegaard has a crash one year or can't make the Tour. Maybe. But Roglič is 33. I know we're talking about Geraint Thomas here, who's 37 now and still competing for a Grand Tour. But Roglič is 33. Vingegaard's 25, 26. That's quite a bit younger. I'm no mathematician, but I would say Vingegaard's got more years where he's at tip-top performance, 3, 4, where there's probably going to get his best Tour performances are going to come in the next 5 years. Roglič, his best Tour performances have probably come. His 2020 Tour de France performance was great. I would say it was good. He won a stage at Ossia Milet and he looked pretty comfortable in the yellow jersey fight there in what was a very, very highly competitive Tour de France. The stars aligned for him in 2020, and I don't think the stars will align for him again.
Yeah, it is that kind of Jonas Vingegaard younger, Tadej Pogačar younger, both of them another level really. But it looks like that 2020 Tour de France was
it was the year.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Everything was there. That was an incredible Jumbo-Visma squad. They were backed up where we had the incredible Tour de l'Ain performance, the incredible Dauphiné performance in 2020. They had so much momentum. I don't think I've ever seen a team with that much momentum that looked as strong as post-COVID Jumbo-Visma did coming out of that lockdown period. They were exceptional. Undoubtedly the best team in that race. No argument there. Yes, maybe they made a few blunders, but their manpower, excellent. Roglič was there. He won the stage in Ossia Milet, got the yellow jersey, was up there controlling things. He didn't crash in that Tour de France. That's crazy. For Roglič, even in this Giro, he crashed twice. Everything happened apart from La Planche. That's it. And you know what? The stars aligned then, and I really, really, really don't think it's going to happen again. Even look at the timing of that year's Tour de France. It's in the Vuelta slot. It's in late August through September. That's prime Roglič slot. 2019, 2021, even 2022 Vueltas. He was great at that time of year because that's when Roglič peaks. His body naturally is good at that time of year. Everything it was meant to be. But it's just not going to come again. Maybe in for 3 years' time, Jonas has a crash in Dauphiné. Oh. He cracks his collarbone. He's out of the Tour de France. Roglič is waiting in the wings. He's got great momentum from just smashing the field at Tour de Suisse. And he's now ready to take on the Tour de France with this amazing A-list team of Wilco Kelderman, Stefan Kruijswijk, Robert Haesink. Johannes Staunamitet, and they're ready to absolutely destroy the Tour de France. Maybe the stars will align then if Pogacar or one of these other guys also misses out. But I just think these kids coming through, Pogacar, Vingegaard, even if Almeida in 2 years' time, with the maturity and progress he's making, he could be up there as well for UAE, bolstering out a podium position. Kian Brooks, who are the guys at Ineos Grenadiers? There's plenty of people there. Like, there's just so many options on the table. I just don't think it's going to happen for Roglic. I really don't.
And a user. It's just another one to throw into the fray.
It's looking very futile. Although I'd love Roglic to do it and to get this triple, because we haven't seen this since. I mean, Nibali, Contador, Froome all got it, and they were like the old 2010s squad. No one in the 2020s has dared to try it. But now, but he was just so underwhelming in the Vuelta. Pogacar's only won Tours de France. Vingegaard is probably only going to win Tours de France for the next 3 years. Roglic is the only candidate we really have right now to do so.
That's actually a really good point, because you do forget that the feat of having all three of the Grand Tours and Pogacar and Vingegaard being the names that they are, they will get sent to the Tour, because that is the biggest exposure event that our sport has to offer. So therefore, why wouldn't they get sent there? Why would they say, you know what, this year? Wild idea. Giro Vuelta. Let's just do that instead. It's kind of like, I don't know. But what do you reckon? Roglic goes to the Vuelta this year?
And breaks the record now? I think he'll break the record if he wins a fourth.
I could see that happening.
Without Remco, because Remco's not going, apparently.
Why not?
Because Patrick Lefevre says, oh, sorry. Hold your metaphorical horses. If anybody's going to do it, I would say Pogacar, because I think Vingegaard, Jumbo, we know rigid. I know some of you guys in the comment section will be tippity-tappity typing about how much you hate these when I say that they're rigid. But they are. You know, the one time they win a Giro is when everything was super fluid and not rigid. Crazy. But yeah, in terms of Vingegaard, he'll be there for the Tour de France. That team is always targeting the Tour de France. UAE, I feel like they have, once Ayuso is right up there and Almeida, they might send him to the Tour de France one year. Almeida said in the interview, I might be back in Italy next year. I might not. Who knows? He might be going to the Tour de France next year whilst Pogacar does other things. The Giro d'Italia might be starting in Slovenia over the next 2 years. That's the rumor on the streets. That the Grande Partenza could be in Slovenia very soon. That would tempt Pogacar to come. Slovenia and Italy, very closely tied culturally and historically. Also, the team he rides for UAE is an Italian team. Yes, they have the UAE name, but it's an Italian team at its core. It makes a lot of sense for him to go to the Giro. With Jonas, it doesn't really. And then all Pogacar has to do is win the Vuelta. And to be honest, he could do that this